coming to you live from Kenny's basement apartment, where we are joined by our special guest, the Trophy.
Dun, 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 dun.
And we have had chaotic weekends, so again, we are coming in at a Monday.
Happy Monday.
Happy Monday.
Welcome, welcome, welcome. Thank you all for joining us for this episode on this Monday.
8th the 26th,
The 8th,
August the 26th.
We are,
of our Lord,
we
the
are,
2024.
Yes, we are now 4 days away from, 3 days away from Thursday football, 4 days away from OU football,
Yeah, who starts
5
on
days
Thursday?
away from Oklahoma State football. So
they a Sunday
thank
game?
you for joining. No, 5 was just Thursday, just Saturday because we're Friday.
Oh, that's right, we're
that's
Friday.
Friday.
OU starts Friday.
All right. Well, thank you.
Temple?
We're gonna give you our Big 12. Our playoff 12 breakdown. Also, we're gonna talk about Notre Dame and Tulsa. Today we've got some NFL news to talk about, small baseball news, but let's start off.
And in other news, we did our fantasy draft for the Sports Allegedly League, and once again, I was ridiculed. Even though I won last year, I was ridiculed as having the worst team. And
I promise
you cannot
you-
see the Taylor Swift picture. The light is.
I promise you
that trophy is so tall. The light is
the Swifties
glaring.
up there. I promise you though that you will have one of the worst teams this year. You will not be repeating. This will be a new picture.
Oh,
This will be a new
yeah.
picture come, February, March is when the new picture will roll up there.
Well, the
'Cause
season ends
yeah.
at the end of December, beginning of
Oh, that's right.
January.
You don't go all this Super
Yeah,
Bowl.
we
that's
go
right.
to the end of the season.
Yeah.
So like the last
We
3
have
weeks.
some playoffs. No, we don't do
No,
playoffs.
well, yeah, we do, but it's like the last 2-3 weeks of the season.
I'm a rookie to that, so.
Yes, well, still, that's all my baby right there.
So we got that completed. Let's obviously let's talk a little bit about OSU.
Okay, well, there's a cute picture. If you'll move your arm, the other arm, yeah, right there, the QR code. I don't know how many people have seen that picture. Here, let me see it.
This is the new.
It's the uniform.
Is that the homecoming uniforms, maybe?
That is the every game uniform.
For the QR coded.
It's all
Oklahoma
QR code. Oklahoma State, which I could see them doing that as a uniform. I don't know why they've had all the others.
I think it was bad.
They're as bad as Oregon.
I didn't think that it was a bad idea, to be honest, though. I mean,
Well, and like I said, so in 2022, UCF did it, but they did it where the player number goes on the back, so you could actually get it. They're doing it on the back of the helmet, which is going to be very, very hard to do. I don't understand.
well, to actually pick up, yes, I totally understand.
I don't see how this is working. I don't know if their marketing team, did a preemptive, tech check to see if you could hit it from row 3,400 or
Who knows?
or.
But I don't think it's a bad idea. So the QR codes that come out,
At least he didn't beg for Saudi money.
they are definitely wanting to get some money for the Neal. But the interesting thing about OSU, and I've got them picked. I had them just missing out. We'll talk a little bit about in my preview of the big Final 12 playoff poll. They just missed out. They were close to actually making that with the new.
I think I did the same
with
thing.
the new look Big 12. But Alan Bowman returns. You've got Ollie Gordon. Obviously could be the best running back still in the nation.
I don't know if your entire
Heisman
offense
candidate.
can run off of just Ollie Gordon.
No, but I don't think that they have it. I mean, they've got some good.
I'm not saying they're going to be absolutely horrible, but he's going to be the main focus.
Well, they've got some talent. The defense needed to be better. It's gonna be better this year, I think. OSU got their ass kicked by like South Alabama, and you remember the UCF game was pretty ugly.
Yes, I remember
Then
the
they
UCF
won.
game.
Then they won some close games. So
South
now it's
Alabama
like
was
how
egregious.
the schedule though sets up for them very interesting. It's not the most what's a word you want to use? It's not the most beneficial schedule to them.
They
opened with
have the easiest
FCS,
schedule, but
FCS
they
last
do.
year champion South Dakota State. Then they turn around, and it's Arkansas, which is an SEC team. That's a lower end SEC team.
You have them winning that game. I took them losing.
Yeah,
because
and I have them winning.
because I'm looking at Patino just trying to save his job, and in the second week, and
No,
Oklahoma
you
State.
not Matino. You mean
Well, Patino's come in.
Sam Hartman.
Pittman's going to be trying to save his job, but they brought Patino.
Did Sam Hartman make a team? We need to look at it.
We need to.
He was horrible.
And Oklahoma State is traditionally in those first 2-3 games, they're just trying to find their footing.
Sam Hartman currently at the Washington Commanders as we speak.
Ah, yes.
That day has not happened though.
Yes,
so
he's
anyway.
back up.
No, you're right about that.
That's how they ended up dropping that South Alabama game. We were out there watching. What was it? Somebody's birthday.
Yeah.
We were at your in-laws, and it was just
ugly.
We were dumbfounded. None of us understood what was going on.
They tend to get in those modes.
But like I said, early, and that's why I've got them losing that Arkansas game.
I'm going to take a win because I think Arkansas is horrible. New coaches, there's just new quarterback. I think there's there's a lot of new coaches. It's bad. I just think that program is going downhill.
Well, and the other thing, Oklahoma State's not going to be going through the 3 quarterback system they went through last year.
Yes. Alan Bowman is the guy.
We're trying to find out who their wide
15th
receivers
year.
are.
Yes, no, I agree with that.
15th year. You can't pull that. Bo Nix is 15th year.
Okay. But the schedule. Hold on.
The schedule runs. You open at SDSU, not Diego State, but the FCS champion, the Jackrabbits. Then you have Arkansas coming in. Then you end up going to Tulsa, which is just up the highway.
Correct.
And which we're hoping that Tulsa, shows up this season.
But
they tried last season.
It's those next 2 games. That is
you
key.
end up with Utah at home, which I told you to get tickets to that. I don't know if you ever did.
Not yet.
And then you got to go to Kansas State.
Those are 2 huge games. I mean, that is their season right there.
Well, and then you have a very feisty West Virginia team. Coach Neal?
Yeah, but you got it.
Neal's trying to keep his job.
Yeah, but you got him at home, and then you have BYU, Baylor.
Well, you got a bye week,
Arizona
and then you
State.
go to BYU.
But yeah, I mean,
you got
schedule's cake after that.
Yeah,
in my opinion,
pretty much.
They shouldn't lose a game after that.
And if you lose to Colorado, wow, that's just a Big 12 disappointment.
That might get them bowl eligible. That win, if they done it.
Oh, Colorado.
Colorado, yes.
Yeah, because we have Colorado way down the line there.
I like Oklahoma State winning 10 games. I think I've got them losing to Utah.
5-4. You have 5 wins for Colorado. I have 4. So
I have Oklahoma State losing to Utah and Kansas State. I actually have them. I think that's right, Sean. Don't they lose back to back right there?
You have them. Well, yeah, you have them losing to Utah and Kansas State, but you also
Yes.
have them losing to TCU at TCU.
Yeah, I need to change that.
You have.
But I won't. But I should.
Well, right, and the thing that TCU's got going for them right now is they hired Dana to come in as an analyst.
Might help, but he's so far gone, so I don't think it's going to matter.
I don't know that he's so far gone. I think
From
that
OSU is what I mean.
Who, Dana?
Yeah.
Oh, no. But I'm talking about Dana. I'm talking about Dana as a coach.
Just in general.
I'm talking about Dana as a coach.
I've got him 10-2
to help Sonny.
Or 9-3. Sorry, 9-3. See my list though you sent me. I had 10 wins. So.
You do. I've got. Did I screw up the math?
I think you did. Yes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Oh yeah,
7,
I gave him
8,
2
9.
losses. No. I gave him 3 losses. You gave him 2 losses. Sorry.
There we go.
The red and the green are mixed up.
Yes.
Actually, you gave him an Arkansas loss and a Utah loss.
Okay, maybe that was the 2.
That's what it was.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm looking because I remember I kept changing. Sorry, I kept changing the way that I was writing these down as I was writing them because I was trying to do them quickly at work.
Well, I might have Oklahoma State back in the final 12 playoff.
Well, no, I don't.
No, I don't either.
I don't.
No.
Even with that tiebreaker, I don't.
No, not at all. Let me see that for a second.
Ew. So, anyways, any more news? Any more Oklahoma State?
No, Oklahoma State.
Well, besides they're not trying to get Saudi money, but
who's green? I'm green, right?
You're green.
Okay, thank you.
Well, we got Gruden.
Gotcha.
Not Gruden. Gundy. Sorry, you got Coach Gundy. Telling the agents no more contacting, no more payments, and then he turns around and says, "Well, we're putting QR codes on the helmets." So, go with that. He doesn't want any more money, but he wants more money.
So, do you think though that that's necessarily a bad thing?
I don't. I think that it's bad placement. They could put it in the
And
stadium.
I think, it wasn't. He wasn't the Saudi money. That was Colorado. That one of the.
I
Saudi
know that.
money.
I'm making the joke.
Yeah. Oh, okay,
I'm making the
okay,
joke
okay.
that he wasn't asking for
I
Saudi
got
money.
you. I got you.
But they could have put the QR code anywhere inside that stadium. They could have put it out
Well,
in
I
front
think
of
they're
the
trying to
stadium.
individualize it. They want to be able to try to scan that one particular player
That's
to send that
and
bonus
that's
right
and,
to
and
them.
like I said, that's where UCF did it correctly, where they put it on the back of the practice jersey.
Oh, so they have to split it with everybody?
No, it went to their individual.
Oh, okay.
That individual
Practice?
on the practice
Talking
jersey.
about practice?
Yeah, for spring practice and all that.
Talking about practice.
Yes.
Why? Just do it for the real games. That's not meaning it's right. I mean,
Well, where are you going to put it that anybody can actually like zap it?
it's
very
it's
well?
gonna be tough, but at least it's there. It's better than not.
Yeah,
having
you know what? Do it in the booklet. Do it in the.
And they might already have that.
They
I mean,
could.
that's a good idea. And you open up the
Oklahoma State, if you steal that idea, I'm suing the poop out of you.
They're talking about it in the pamphlet. By the
Yeah,
name,
put
there's
it.
a QR
Yes,
code.
put it
yes.
in the.
But I like
in
him.
the
And then
roster.
it scans the guy below it who's like a fourth string senior that's never going to play. I'm like, damn it! I just give him $1,000.
You would never do that.
Not me.
You would for Ollie because you'd be like, look, Ollie, I gave you 1,000 of Wheat's distribution monies.
Well,
I'm gonna need.
and I think
I'm
that-
gonna need to meet you.
I think that's gonna.
We're gonna need to go to Eskimo Joe's.
That's
one
a
day.
lot. That's a lot of that. I mean, it is. I mean, every school, especially that size, is having to reinvent
I just need
how
you
they
to
make
send
money.
me a picture holding a. What do you sell? Zebra cakes?
I'll send it around.
Yeah. Just shoot me a short 10-second video of you saying, zebra cakes. Vote Little Debbie or buy Little Debbie, whatever it is you do.
Yeah.
So, that is the Oklahoma State news.
Correct. All right, let's move on to Oklahoma.
Because I haven't seen anything player-wise, roster-wise, that really caught my eye for Oklahoma State.
Not a lot. It's been very quiet.
Oklahoma has been very loud currently, along with a lot of other teams.
Now back up though that Mike Gundy did have a good interview with McAfee on his show. That was good.
Dude, I love Gundy's interviews.
That was good. That was good.
There's no bad interview with Gundy.
All right.
Hell, I've done it 1,000 times.
Oklahoma released their depth chart for this Friday's game. Temple comes to Norman. That's the home opener this year on the 30th. No surprise, Jackson Arnold, quarterback one. A little bit of surprise, Mike Hawkins. I mean, we talked about how great he is. Casey Thompson's been a little unhealthy, so I think that's why Mike gets the move.
Well, for me, I mean, if you look at that offensive line, you see a lot. And what we're looking at here, I can pull it up. We're looking at ourlads.com and the way that they've got theirs set up. So the gold or the orange, they call it gold. It looks orange. Are the players that have transferred in or are freshmen?
Correct.
And if you're looking at player one and you're looking at that offensive line, how many gold marks do you see right there?
3. So obviously
Four.
just
the top. I was
three,
looking at the
just
tight
3. You've got Michael Tarkin, obviously. He's the senior. I'm trying to think.
From
You might Google that one up.
Ohio?
No. Yes, it might be Ohio. Hickman is from SMU, and Fibici Nawe is from. Oh no, he is the USC transfer.
USC,
yes.
okay.
And Fibici is North Texas, I think. Is that right?
I believe so.
He's the North Texas transfer.
Yes.
Hickman obviously is the SMU. He was a starter. That I heard was a hell of a battle between him and redshirt freshman Josh Bates. Josh is that close.
Oh,
And then you look at all those guys on the third string. They're all freshmen.
well, true.
And
that's what third string is.
Yes.
But you've also got a red shirt, thrown in there, senior transfer, red shirt, senior.
So we've
transfer.
talked about, Fasusi got picked up this last week, 5-star, offensive lineman, first Bill Bedenbos. And I give Bedenbow a lot of shit at times.
You give Bedenbow a lot of shit for the last 2 seasons.
I just want the depth there all the time.
Well, it looks like what we're missing for depth is left tackle.
So I just don't.
I'm wondering how many of those guys are transferable
to the
left tackle position. Because right now we're only showing 2 for Oklahoma at left tackle, whereas we've got 3 to 4.
Correct.
We got 3 for the rest of the line.
No, I think that was my only bitch about him. And I think this last recruiting class is one of his best he's ever had.
It is.
And it's probably a lot of non-Lincoln Riley, more Brent Venables going, hey, go get your guys. This is what you need. Let's do it.
Well, it's Lincoln.
Rather than that
it's
finesse.
Venables
being
telling
tough,
his coaches to do their
SEC.
damn job.
Yes, I agree.
You want the guy, go get the guy. I'll help with this and that where I can, but I need you to be the guy to go get the guy that is going to play in that position that you want.
Other roster moves on offense that I saw, Deion Burks starts over Petaway, which doesn't surprise me. Jalil Farouk is going to be the wide receiver along with Brennan Thompson starting over Nick Anderson. Kind of surprised me a little bit. Nick's 6'4", Brennan's 5'9". Obviously different
size.
Well, no, it's not, but the speed is much different.
I know, but for Jaquiz,
and
it's
Andrell Anthony obviously is coming in third there, but he's coming off the injury.
Experience,
so
it's
he's
experience for Burks and Petaway. And
Burks, there was no doubt he was going to start.
But there's nothing saying that Petaway's not going to be in every game.
Oh, no doubt. We're just talking about the
starting roster.
Yeah.
Plus, we're starting against Temple, so this could all change. I mean,
well, and they're all going to play anyway. All right, let's move to defense. Obviously, Ethan Downs, Dominic Williams from the TCU transfer, R. Mason Thomas, Trace Ford's going to share that right side. Big surprise, Jaden Jackson, true freshman, will be starting on the defensive tackle side.
Not for me. Apparently, he balled out in spring.
Well, he should have been a 5-star anyway. I mean, we on our former podcast have said that he is going to be the best defensive player in that class.
Right.
You know, and we love Stone, Oklahoma IMG guy, love him. We just thought Jaden Jackson we thought he's going to be better. You know, looking at his high school tape and everything, what we read from other people that watch that pay more attention than we do. Kendall Doby at Cheetah, senior, that surprised me a little bit.
Yeah, because
Jason McCullough, I kind of thought he's down on the wheel a little bit down. He was the only one that I thought, really thought he'd be a little higher.
Which one?
Jason McCullough. I thought he had, but Dolby's good. Then you've got Connie Walker.
And would that be West Side linebacker?
Connie Walker and Woody on the cornerback.
We have to do callbacks to your son.
Right.
Offensive linebacker.
Billy Bowman, obviously Peyton Bowen starting at the safety position. And then you've got, obviously, Spears, Jaden Hardy, who's a freshman, which is nuts. And then you've got Des Malone or Gentry Williams or Jacoby Johnson. I think that other cornerback they're going to be playing anything else. But kickoff return, look at Billy Bowman, Jill Farouk, and Deion Burks. Holy moly.
Oh, yeah, we are looking at
yeah.
Well, hopefully, and special teams was somewhere that we needed to fix last season. Kicking was terrible, which our new place kicker is Tyler Kettler.
Hey,
Keltner?
Pull him up. Where's he at? Where you see him? Yeah, right there.
He's a transfer. He's a senior.
Yeah, and where's he from?
He was from Florida State.
That's right. That is right. Yeah, dude, we gotta have you making kicks. I mean, Smith cross our fingers, close our eyes, and he wasn't like super bad. It's just he was super
inaccurate
in the wrong freaking time.
Yeah,
of the games.
Yeah, if we were up and you were doing that, that's fine. But we're not up, and you were missing some kicks that were chip shots, literally chip shots.
Speaking of games, we talk about the game picks. We'll be back Thursday. Before the games, we'll do our picks.
And one of the things that has thrown us off was Daxton, Kenny's middle son, has started football, and we did not even think about that when we were going to try to do Friday last week.
So we'll have our picks. We'll have the local school picks against the spread, and we'll just do 5 this week because there's no NFL. We'll pick 2.
Oh no, we did 10.
Oh, are we going to do? Okay. So
I did 10. Same as last year. I did 10.
You're doing 10 college this week?
I did 10 because in the end of the NFL season we did 10.
10 NFL.
Yeah.
Okay.
Whenever the college season was done,
gotcha.
we did 10.
All right, we'll do 10 college. We'll put those picks on Friday.
We're doing.
Thank God
10.
Florida State, Georgia Tech's not a pick. Well, what a huge...
no, but I do believe that.
There is a lot of freaking hate. Can you pull up that Georgia Tech tweet that I sent you? You can't.
I don't have my phone.
Hey, if anybody, go to Georgia Tech's Twitter page and just look. I mean, really, whoever done it's great. I mean, whoever's running that, They put together the college
Sheamus,
game day.
WWE Sheamus. Oh, and by the way, R.I.P. Sid Vicious.
Sid Vicious, R.I.P.
63 years old.
Look up, though.
But Sheamus was the only one that picked
Georgia Tech.
Georgia Tech.
But you look up with McAfee and all of them, they just
Big talking, dominating the run.
But
dominating the pass
Georgia
game.
Tech, though, put some clips
That
of the
defense
game.
is going to shut down the Georgia Tech run.
Georgia Tech put the defense or some clips in there. It was great.
It-
It's one of the best things. It's actually one of the best like college football
I have
actual
to
team
say,
produced. It was
for
great.
that, I didn't even realize the game was in Ireland.
Yeah.
So I didn't even think about that game being an overseas travel game, and that could have.
Was that the problem with Florida State?
No,
They
I'm
looked
saying
like shit?
but it could have affected.
No,
It's
they
like,
look soft.
Well, it's like when Jacksonville. You remember Jacksonville?
Well, they live over there
always-
practically.
right?
Yeah.
So they go and they stay. They're there for like a month
Yeah.
because they end up with 2 games back to back. So
It's
it's a possibility.
No,
that was
I
effect. It's
think-
also the team gelling together, or they're just bad, or Georgia Tech is
that
going to be
defense-
better.
no, well, I mean,
Georgia
I
Tech's
picked them a
gonna
little
be
better
better.
than you did. I had them 6
did.
wins, and I'm at 4. I had them bowl eligible this year.
You
But
did.
I also think that we overpicked Florida State, and I think their defense looks soft. I mean, they look lost at positions with just simple running option trap plays. Out to the sideline. I mean,
just a lot of it.
It was
Just-
bad. I mean, I don't know what they're doing lining up. They just looked horribly coached, and they looked horribly just not into that game. All right, let's move on. So, speaking of that, like I said, we'll do our picks. OU Temple, but that was the news coming out of OU was the depth
Yeah,
chart.
and OU's getting a lot of love on the sports websites too, with their pictures being thrown up there as main headliners. I don't know if it's just mine, but
We'll take it.
I mean, yeah, if they're getting it, then take it.
All right, let's move on. Told you we'd talk about Tulsa. Let's move on to Tulsa before we get to Notre Dame, and then we'll give our Big 12, our Big 12 playoff. I keep saying Big 12, but it's a Big 12
the
playoff.
12-team playoff.
It's a 12-team playoff. All right, let's talk about Tulsa. You know,
We're doing Tulsa first?
Yeah, we'll do
Oh,
Tulsa.
I had Notre Dame.
We'll do Tulsa first since we're kind of going statewide. Tulsa.
Lost a lot of close games and games that they shouldn't have lost, that they were up and close and.
Up and close and.
Well, the FAU game, they were close in that game. I think, what was it, Biff Poggi with Charlotte. We barely lost that game.
Yes, I
And
watched
Biff
it.
Poggi is one of our favorite coaches, just because he no sleeve and doesn't care about live. He eats barbecue on the sideline. I'm guessing.
You keep guessing.
Well, we love you, Biff Poggi.
No, so last year, I mean, they beat Pine Bluff, and then they got killed by Washington, which was a playoff team.
Right, but remember they held into that until Washington didn't do anything right until the second
Oklahoma
half.
killed them, but they beat Northern Illinois, and then they beat Temple. And they started out kind of strong, and then the Florida Atlantic was 3 points. Rice killed them. SMU killed them. Charlotte was a close game.
Charlotte was
Tulane,
the one that they lost.
in overtime. Tulane, they lost by 2 points. Lost to North Texas by 7. And then they beat Tulsa or East Carolina at the end to win. to
Right,
save
and that was Kevin
4
Wilson's
wins.
first year.
Yes, this is going to be his second year.
Second year.
Francois, is that how you pronounce his name? He's going to be the quarterback from Metro, I think. Is it Bixby? It's Metro Christian or Victory Christian. It's actually going to be the first time since Paul Smith that Tulsa actually starts a local Tulsa high school product at quarterback opening day since Paul Smith.
I thought Blankenship was a starter opening day. Didn't his dad start it?
No, that was before there was a Blankenship, way before Paul Smith. No. Anyway, so that's some interesting tidbits, but we'll go down their schedule. That drives me nuts.
What?
I hit the X instead of the breakdown.
Well, you've got like 8 tabs
I know,
open,
I know.
so. All right. Where am I at? How is Presley still? Yeah, this is 2024. Is Presley still there?
Well, Braylon
transferred
transferred over.
Right. I'm looking
He
at
left
wide
his
receivers.
brother, yes.
Cardell Williams.
Not going to be the starter, who I really like, though.
Yes.
Liked him last year, but the Francois kid, and I hope that's how you pronounce it, because I'm really going to have
Can I
to
go to
learn
positions?
that.
The coaches? No, coaches.
Just keep scrolling. His number can't be that long or that tall or big. Is that the tall, big, whatever?
Are you trying to figure out a word to say that's not going to?
Legas is not there. He is there, but he's not the starter.
Jones, Green, Steptoe. That's cool, man.
Maybe these are just. But you start to see if you look at the
Kittleman.
the roster that I am. You see a lot.
He's out of Jinx.
Yes, but you see a lot of Tulsa people.
Oh yeah, they do have a
there's-
Tulsa heavy.
Oh, it's Kirk Francis, not Francois.
Wow.
Metro Christian, sorry.
Wow, you really messed that name up bad.
Is there a Francois somewhere in the?
I don't remember. I don't even know how to spell Francois right now.
It's a Francois, is what I
Yeah,
was
Francois.
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 Forgot to see. So Metro Christian.
Yes, Tulsa Metro Christian.
So that he is going to be the first starting quarterback. He's a redshirt freshman, first starting quarterback since Paul Smith, which is pretty. That's it. It was DeAndre Francois for the American football quarterback for the DC Defenders. That's who I was thinking of.
How did you get the
And
UFL?
he started at Florida State.
How did you get the UFL?
It's Kirk Francis. God, why didn't I remember that name? That's horrible. We don't pay enough close attention to Tulsa.
We don't.
That's
We
our
should.
fault.
We
That's
should.
really our fault.
Well, hold on. Here's the thing.
Better.
Cornerback DeMarco Jones is sharing a number with place kicker Seth Morgan.
The PK, Seth, yes. Okay, so Northwestern State win. Arkansas State, possible. Oklahoma State comes to them. Think that's going to be a loss. Louisiana Tech, I don't think is very good. I picked Tulsa to win that.
I give them a win.
And I also think North Texas isn't very good.
No,
I picked them to win
gave
that.
a loss to North Texas.
I got a loss at Army.
Yeah.
Army at home.
Because Army's just going to run the ball.
Should beat Temple.
There's no passing.
Potential. Army or UTSA will beat us. UAB 50-50.
I give him a win. I give
a win.
For
East
UAB.
Carolina's probably better. South Florida's going to be very better. That probably picked that as a loss,
I picked
correct?
it as a win. Oh, I never
picked it
got
as
any
a
of your
loss.
stuff out of this.
Really?
No, we never did this.
Oh, well, damn. Let's go down through it real
I don't
quick.
even have.
Well, let's look at it.
All right, so you said that was a win at Northwestern.
Yes.
You said a win at Ark State.
Yes.
Loss at Oak State.
Yes. Louisiana Tech's a win.
Win.
North Texas is
you
a
said
win for me.
there.
Army's
L,
a loss.
Temple.
Win. Even though it's
UTSA.
away, loss. UAB win.
Okay.
East Carolina win. South Florida and Florida Atlantic loss.
A second win there.
So I got loss.
Because they were so close to
Give
winning
me 6 wins. Is that right?
Hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
7 wins. Wow.
7 for Connie Cookie, and I gave him 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
And there's a potential there that North Texas or that Louisiana Tech could be a loss.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I gave them 6.
But they're
bowl
better.
eligible. I mean,
They're better.
yes.
The players are better. It's second year. They're going to be used to
And
the
you don't
coach.
have SMU. You don't have Memphis.
That schedule was tougher.
So you don't have Rice this year.
Speaking of SMU, talking about opening in the ACC, they look like shit, I thought, last week.
SMU? Against Nevada?
I mean, they turned it on late.
Yeah, I totally blanked that game out. We tried watching it and screaming at each other.
It just wasn't very good.
I had to go fix the food on the grill because everybody was burning it.
All right, let's talk about Notre Dame.
A lot of screaming. I'm the only one that gave them a loss in this. I'm going to say that. And that was Florida State, which is probably a win now. Fool. How dare I? How dare I make such a stupid mistake early in the season? Hey, at least I didn't talk them up.
Did I have
at least I didn't talk them up like.
So did I have Notre Dame
ESPN
beating Florida State then?
You did.
Okay.
You have.
Because I'm
You have them
undefeated, don't I?
undefeated.
Yeah. Okay. So I want to go through the schedule. Just
It's so cake.
Game 1 is their toughest.
Yes.
They play A&M.
Absolute toughest.
Earliest first-year coach with A&M. You've got all these news. That's why I like Notre Dame in that game.
Hardest game of the season.
Yes. Then you got Northern
Well, you know
Illinois.
what? That Georgia Tech game might be
maybe.
one too.
Northern Illinois,
Purdue, which is on a
Miami of
downturn.
Ohio, Louisville, Stanford,
Downturn.
Georgia Tech. At Georgia Tech might be something. Navy, Florida State, at Notre Dame. So that looks like a breeze now.
Yeah.
Virginia, Army,
And then
USC. And USC,
Horrible.
well, USC's not even on campus stadium. And then you have to think about Notre Dame only has 2 true road games this year.
Are they playing?
It's Purdue,
Are they playing?
and it's A&M.
Are they playing USC at the Coliseum?
They're
Or
at the
playing-
Coliseum, yes, and they're playing.
Well, that's at home stadium.
Hold on, I know, but it's not on campus. That was kind of the whole thing of it. Army's at Yankee Stadium, and Navy is at the Jet Stadium. So that's almost like a neutral site for Notre Dame. So there's only 2 true road games, and A&M is the first one, and it's the hardest one. I wouldn't play A&M. I might pick A&M to beat them at the end of the year because I think they're going to get better. We'll talk about A&M because I've got them projected to sneak into the playoff.
I might have them sneak
because
in.
of Notre Dame. One of the only losses they have is the beginning of the year. And Notre Dame's undefeated and in the playoffs.
We might have jumped the gun on a couple of our picks.
So
definitely not the Florida State Georgia Tech. We didn't screw that up.
Not at all.
Not at all.
Who picked that?
Not at all. Well, do you want to walk into the picks?
Yeah, let's do it. Let's do it.
The 12.
Let's do it.
The college 12.
Okay, so we'll start from the bottom up. Who you got at 12?
I slapped Penn State in there. 2 losses is all they're going to have. Is what we put them down.
I have A&M at 12.
Okay. Well, and they could. It very well could be A&M.
I have A&M at 12.
Slip it in.
Now 11. I have Penn State.
I have Kansas State in at 11.
Okay, so I have Penn State sneaking in there at 11. I think it's finally a year that they actually do something.
Well, yeah, because they expanded it to 12, so it's the only way they can get into the playoff.
They lose that Ohio State game, and they lose maybe one other game, and it's the game they should lose. There was 2 games.
Please excuse my mixing of papers here.
All right, so Penn State
Let's see. Penn State
had them losing 2 games. One of them was Ohio State.
Ohio State, you have them losing. You have them losing Wisconsin.
Okay, that was it.
But I took them losing Washington as a random
Gotcha.
game.
Now, Wisconsin was at home, was it not? I mean, Wisconsin was at home.
At Wisconsin.
That's why I picked them. I couldn't do 11-1. I wasn't that gifting.
Yeah, I don't. It's possible they lose the West Virginia game, and it's possible that they lose.
Oh, West Virginia's going to be pumped for that because it's
at
West Virginia.
I know, but that's what I'm saying. It's possible they lose that game and the Illinois game.
Now that would be a game to be at right there. That would be a fun damn game to be at for sure.
West Virginia.
Well, no, I'm not, but I'm just saying it'd be fun.
I know, because you don't want to pay for fucking plane tickets.
All right, number 10, I've got Oklahoma University.
I put Boise State at 10.
Okay, so
Oklahoma's at 9.
You've got and I've got at 9. I don't like this pick at all, but their schedule kind of fit was Michigan. They have a really easy schedule. They lose 2 games.
So for me, it was a fight between Michigan and Penn State, and I.
You kicked them out.
I kicked Michigan,
and I kicked Kansas State out on my 12th pick.
Yeah.
So I've got OU at 10. Number 9, I've got Michigan. What do you have at 9?
Oklahoma's at 9.
Okay.
Boise State's at 10.
Gotcha. Did not put a non-power 5 in this at all.
Well, because the non-power 5 goes just wherever.
Yeah. Should I put one in?
Yes. There's a.
There's a have to.
You have to.
I
put
forgot Memphis.
Highest ranked non-power.
Take out
5.
A&M. I put Memphis in.
Highest ranked non-power
You're
5
right.
goes in.
Memphis goes in at 12. Sorry. Memphis
but what I'm saying
12.
is Boise's got.
I'm with you.
If I remember right, Boise has an easy.
With you. I forgot about the non. So I'm taking A&M out. I'm putting Memphis in. So. Gotcha.
And then number 8, I put Oregon.
Oregon?
Yep.
Yeah.
I kind of flip-flop them in Ohio State. I don't.
Mississippi comes in at 8. I have Mississippi beating OU.
I didn't put Ole Miss.
I think they're Ole Miss. What?
Yeah,
How many wins do you have? I mean, go back and
don't
look.
worry about that.
I mean,
I
I had 10 wins for them, and I had them beating Oklahoma. So I
went with my heart, Kimmy.
Yes.
Number 7, I have Texas.
I don't have Texas in the top 12.
I thought about it, but I got them in the top.
They have 3 losses.
I put them in.
They have 3 losses. That's why I kicked them out. So I have 7 Bama.
6 is Bama.
Oregon 6 for me.
Yeah. Well, that could that's what I should have probably done. But
Notre Dame, the highest
Notre
they
Dame
can
is
get is
5.
number 5. That's the highest they can get.
Yes.
Here's my sneaky pick. I put Miami in.
See, I've
out
got
of the ACC.
I've got an FSU Vatech.
Yeah, but I think I picked. Did Miami and Vatech play each other?
I believe they do.
And I think that I had
if
Miami.
Everything will go silent so I can hear my papers shuffle.
No,
No. Keep it quiet so I can hear my papers.
No, you
shuffle.
had to obviously pick the Power 5 up at the top as far as what you do. Power 4, sorry. And so we had the ACC, the Big 10, the Big 12.
See, I had Vatech at 10 wins, and
I think I had them at 9.
You have them at 9.
I had them
have
swapped.
Miami. Yeah, we both have them swapped.
So that's why I had Miami. Okay.
Well, we're down on Florida State right now, even though Florida State could just lose one damn game the whole season.
They look like hammer shit. They're going to lose more than that. Because that team's going to... No. That team's already given up, guys. I'm just letting you know that there's a lot more losses to come. Think about all the players they lost before they got to the bowl game and just
Think
give
about
up.
your love of DJ Uliagla.
Yeah, it was a disappointment. I mean, it really was. It really was. So, Notre Dame at 5, everyone. Miami, you had Virginia Tech, which is nuts to think about Virginia Tech.
Well, and there were some people that
Are you
picked,
taking maybe
No, there were
Florida
some
State?
people that picked Miami versus Va Tech.
For the
in that-
championship.
Yeah, in that ACC
Yeah, that's why I'm
title
taking.
game.
Well, I'm not totally against that. I'm just taking Miami.
Okay. Number 3, I put Utah
I did.
because they're going through the
Yes,
big,
I did. Number 3, Utah. Yes.
Now, here's where it could flippity-flop.
I got
is
Georgia 2, OSU 1.
I had Ohio State 2, Georgia 1.
Okay, gotcha. Did you have Ohio State losing to Oregon?
Yes,
Yes, you did.
I did.
Is that why you got Georgia higher, probably?
Yes.
Yes, and I swapped it. Well, how many losses I have for Georgia? 2, 3, 2.
Boy, you are just.
I might have had too many, actually, for Georgia to be up there. Surely I didn't have for...
Arkansas, Auburn, Florida, Georgia, right there. 11, and I had 12.
1 loss.
You had 1 loss.
Who was it to? Alabama?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, you took Alabama and Tuscaloosa.
Yes, that's correct.
And like I said, I'm not against DeBoer. I'm not against Kalen DeBoer at all.
Did you have Bama at all in the top 12? You didn't, did you?
Yeah.
Oh, you slid him in
I
late?
slid him in. No, I slid him at 6.
Oh, okay. Well, that was. I was 7, so you had a
and I'm not against DeBoer. I just
So the difference between us is I had Memphis, you didn't.
right.
You
I
had
put
Texas,
Boise,
I
and
did
but
not.
I told you that
But
that
you got
Boise,
Texas in there. I got
Memphis,
Texas out.
Boise, Memphis is a flip flop.
So who's the other game that we don't have? Mississippi. You
Yeah,
did not
I didn't put
on.
Ole Miss in.
Okay.
That would
So
be
me
my
and you
Texas,
disagree on
that would be
Mississippi
my
and
Ole Miss,
Texas.
yeah.
Yes, that's.
I just don't. Oh, the lane train just. I know you've got this weird love for him, and I know when we go to the game, you're going to get drunk and start screaming, "Bring me Lane Kiffin."
No, I just think that Mississippi.
If there's a way that I can get you to meet Lane Kiffin before the game, I'll do that so you guys can.
I like Mississippi's schedule. I mean, I just do.
I know, but it's Ole Miss. It's Ole Miss.
Let's talk about Mississippi's schedule. Furman.
They do.
Middle Tennessee State. Wake Forest. Hold on. Georgia Southern. Kentucky comes to Ole Miss. They go to South Carolina. Win. Their hard game is LSU. Okay, that's a possible loss.
Well, no,
Oklahoma comes to Ole Miss.
Now you say
they go to
that,
Arkansas.
You say that, but hold
Georgia
on.
comes to
let's
Ole
back
Miss.
up.
They have a great schedule.
Hold on. Let's back up.
They have a great schedule.
Shane Beamer is playing for his job this year.
No, he's not. He's not playing for his job.
He's playing for
no,
something.
No.
He's trying to prove something this year.
Well, they're going to prove that they're not a 6-6 or a fluke last year. They're going to be worse
Right.
this year.
Beamer is playing for.
They could be a better team. Listen, OU
And-
South Carolina. There's
and
other
remember, so when do they have Kentucky?
Which
Early in
team?
the season. Ole Miss. When do they have Kentucky?
Oh, I'm sorry. September 28th. Yes.
Early in the season.
Yes.
Remember, Kentucky has hot starts, and then flames out at the end.
finishes, Yes.
So there
But
is
it's at
a
Ole-
there,
but
there's
it's
a
at Ole
there-
Miss. I give them the credit
know,
for that.
but I'm saying
I mean, their road.
hot start.
Listen,
They do hot starts.
their
and they
road
flame out.
their road schedule for the
And we haven't even mentioned LSU maybe making it.
they were right on the cusp with OU. The only reason I had LSU over OU is because I beat them.
Or Crimson Glasses.
No, I just had them beating them. But no, you go to Wake Forest, you go to South Carolina, you go to Arkansas, you go to Florida.
And none of that is very far away.
For Ole Miss, I'm saying it's not
I'm gonna say
hard.
for Ole Miss, none of that's a huge.
That's why I like
travel
I like them making the playoff.
But I'm saying Kentucky could possibly.
And I even
sneak out a
have
win in Carolina.
Oklahoma beating them at home.
No,
That's
I
what's
had them.
crazy.
You didn't.
Oh,
I
that's
did.
right. I had a loss there.
You had them losing.
Yes, I had to speak in Alabama.
I do know that
And
Jeff
LSU.
Levy's going to have a rough year at Mississippi State. So,
Yeah, I didn't pick him in the top.
no, a lot of people did not.
All right, moving on. Any other news about the Big 12 final playoff? Blah blah blah.
See, you keep saying
I got-
Big 12.
I know, I
Just
got-
call
I
it the
know.
Final 12.
The final 12. I got one problem though, and that needs to be changed ASAP immediately. Is we need to move this to 16 teams with no buys.
Yeah. Well,
Because-
no. You've
Yeah,
got
yeah,
another.
yeah.
You have another. You bitched about placement,
What do you mean?
team placement. Remember, because I said that you have to have the 4 conference winners in the 4 spots,
Yeah, I don't like that.
and the top The highest
I don't
that
like
Notre
that.
Dame could ever get
I don't mind that.
is number 5.
I don't mind
unless they join. Now, they do play a heavy ACC schedule,
But they hadn't joined. I don't mind that.
but they haven't joined.
Because I think what they're setting up is other independent
And
possibilities.
you have to throw in an outsider,
I don't mind that either.
highest ranked outsider, no matter where they're ranked, even if they're not in the top
But I don't
25.
like Miami at 9 wins rolling in the top 4 and getting a bye, or however they're going to set this up. And I don't like buys.
Tampa Bay does it every year.
I don't like it.
Tampa Bay does it every year.
I don't buy.
And gets that number 4 spot, which they do not
They
deserve.
get one home game. They don't get a bye though.
But they still
don't
get a
get a
home
bye.
game. They still get that number
I
4
don't
spot
mind-
that they do not deserve.
I don't mind a home game. I just don't want to buy. The top 4 get a bye. It's bullshit. It needs to be 16 teams, no buys. Because essentially what you're doing is you're putting the top 4 and you're giving them an advantage right off the bat, and you're still having people decide who goes there.
Okay, so right now they're doing it so that way the top team plays a home game and the bottom team has to go to that team.
But the top
And
4
then
get a bye.
the others the others are at neutral sites. Then even with the bye, the other games are at neutral sites. Because you get into the Sugar Bowl, the other bowls. Because the Cotton and Mercedes-Benz is where the title game's held.
Yes.
The Cotton Bowl is in the semifinal, along with another one, the Rose Bowl, I think. You got it pulled up.
Yeah, this is
Okay,
the
so
playoff schedule.
Fiesta,
is
Peach,
quarterfinals,
Rose, Sugar are all neutral site quarterfinal. Orange
Yes.
Bowl, Cotton Bowl, semifinal with the title game held at the Mercedes-Benz Dome
Back to Georgia, yes.
in Georgia.
But so really the first teams don't get the first 4 teams don't get a home game.
No.
It's 5, 6,
No.
7, 8.
No, and that's where you're like oh, they're gonna buy, but
Well,
they don't get a home game.
I know. So how you gonna? What's the revenue share on this? Have we talked? Has anybody talked?
Oh,
about
I
the
have
revenue?
I have not even looked into how money's getting distributed for this.
Because I mean, it's not fair for number 1, 2, and 3, and 4 if they get a bye. It's great for them because they get a week off, but they ain't getting any cash.
That is a financial thing that
Yeah.
I let the nerds handle.
Yeah. I think
All right, nerds, fix it.
Hey, listen, I love it's went from 4 to 12. I think it's great, and I think they're on the right track. Make it 16. The first round, everybody gets a home game.
Hold on now.
Everybody
I
gets a
just
home
pulled
game.
up. Well, what is this? What is this little tidbit that just came out today?
Yeah, that just started.
At 5 o'clock tonight. So the mother of a 2026 quarterback recruit is suing North Carolina over NIL restrictions.
Now, what they're doing is they're suing the state of North Carolina.
That's what I was looking at. That's
'Cause her son
committed to
Faison
play for the
Brandon
Volunteers.
is-
Okay,
yes,
it's Faison.
yes, Faison Brandon is committed to play for the Volunteers in Tennessee.
Now they're saying that you cannot. Okay, so and this has just really kind of started where
Schools are
these
trying to set up themselves to be better.
the high
No,
schools-
states are setting up.
I get
That's
it.
why
I get
Missouri.
it,
That's
I
why
get it.
Missouri is keeping so many players right now.
The-
It's
the
set up for
the
them.
state is starting to let high schoolers get paid for their NIL before they even make it to the school.
Missouri's won.
No, I got it. I completely understand. And this goes back into the whole they're making them employees.
It also, but see what it does is it attracts kids to that state to play in high school, but it
Yeah.
also sets them up to be able to go to the state schools
I
in
got
that
it.
same
I
state.
got it. I completely understand it. So, Mama's wanting that money now.
Well, what she's saying is there's a big trading card company. What's our card company called, Sean?
Oh, we have Panini.
Panini.
we don't have.
No, it's
they're
not
at the
Panini.
house.
It's Fazizi or something.
we have
isn't it?
Panini.
Oh,
It's
Panini.
Panini.
Okay. Maybe it's them. But anyway, that's wanting him to sign.
Zenith. Panini.
Zenith. It's the Zenith. I remember the Zenith name, not
Okay.
Panini.
Well, it's Panini America, but
Gotcha.
it's the Zenith.
So,
trading cards.
so what we're talking about is there's a company unnamed that wants to have him sign a bunch of cards and stuff before he's famous
to
to
jump,
get money right
get
off
ahead
the
of
bat.
it,
But he's in high school, and North Carolina says
yeah. North Carolina
you're
does
doing
not
that.
allow high school players to be paid.
Correct. All right.
So that was.
There's our final 12 right there. Any other notes? Want to talk a little bit? A few tidbits before we close up.
Well, Georgia starting. Georgia has said that Roderick Robinson is injured, and Trayvon Etienne,
NTN.
Etienne. We don't know if he's going to be available for that first game because of the speeding is what it was.
I don't remember what his issue was.
He did a DUI. March 24th DUI, reckless driving, three other misdemeanors.
I don't keep up with that shit at Georgia. I mean,
it's the plea agreement, they dropped the DUI charge, but he's pled no contest to the reckless and guilty of the charges. Underage possession of alcohol, failure to maintain a lane, and window tint violation. Cool, Georgia.
Wow.
Trying to be like LA. Your window's too dark. I can't see in it.
Oh, shit.
We really need to get a nationwide window tint law, because California's got the same thing. You can have your back windows and shit as like dark as you want, but the front ones you can't have anything on it. It's weird. It's strange. So, so we're looking at Georgia starting against Clemson with the possibility of using a freshman running back, what I would say. Are you pulling up the depth chart for that?
Not at all. I was actually pulling. That's why I didn't pick Texas. I mean, I don't have to talk about the defensive line loss, the running backs loss. I just think they're gonna be good, and they're kind of soft. I mean.
Oh no! We watched that with our Longhorn insider.
Malik Willis traded to.
Oh yeah, Malik. I showed you that.
To the Packers.
7th round pick.
Yes, 7th. No. Hold on. And the irony is he got traded for a 7th round pick. He was the number 7 pick by the Titans.
I don't know if that's irony, but it's also he's backing up Jordan Love. So
yes,
Packers better hope that Jordan Love signed that big contract. He did not go out this year.
Well, and there's a reason why. I mean, obviously. So he's 25 years old. It was the Titans pick, number 7 at quarterback, and God, what year was that? A few years ago. From Liberty, 21 or 22.
2 years ago, wasn't it?
Been a longer.
They got Will Levis last season.
22. Sorry, 22 draft.
Yeah,
22 draft.
Yeah, because they took Will Levis in the 23.
Immediately after.
Yeah.
Yes.
Knowing that he was. I want to bring up Feinbaum.
Oh, don't forget about CeeDee Lamb.
CeeDee Lamb signed $136 million.
4-year, $136 million. Second highest non-paid quarterback in the league. Can you name number 1?
And we got to bring up.
Can you name number 1?
Sean Stutzman.
No, Justin Jefferson, 4-year, 140.
Oh, it's me. I'm
just
mad.
signed.
I'm getting mad wide receiver money right now. My body is a temple.
A huge one.
It's a giant. Creed Humphrey, highest paid former OU, and you brought up
highest paid center in the league.
Hold on, now you brought up something Saturday, I believe it was, that had the statistics for OU offensive linemen, 4 or 5 of them being higher paid than the entire league or something.
Higher than Texas has ever put in.
Higher than University
any Texas player.
So there's that for a little suck
player.
At Texas. No, but I want to talk about Feinbaum. Feinbaum going after Coach Prime. Beautiful, very beautiful.
Well, he had will it come up? Will the audio come up?
The audio will come up if we pull that up.
We'll pull it up. Let's hear it. Let's see if we.
All right, make sure the desktop. Yeah, the desktop's on. We're gonna have to go through a commercial probably.
Some people believe.
Okay, I'm gonna mute the commercial.
No, but I understand where he's coming from because
Feinbaum or Prime?
Feinbaum. That's his position. There's nothing that Dion does for me.
No,
at all.
Absolutely not. What he does is he tries to bring in high profile.
He's a show. It's a show.
I said that last season. I said that.
And you know what? It's great for Colorado because they needed something because they were so irrelevant.
They needed anything.
They
had what? You had
Florida State going to come calling now?
You had
Dion has unique language in his contract that says he is required to speak only with, quote, mutually agreed upon media. I happened to be in Colorado while I was on my vacation, so there was a lot of conversation about this. Paul, what was your reaction to it all?
Orlovsky's there.
Yeah, Orlovsky.
Coach Prime is showing he is not ready for prime time, Greeny. I find this whole thing to be disgraceful. Dion may want to talk about love and joy, and that's been the cornerstone of what he seems to be spewing out. But treating reporters like this seems like we're in some autocratic country. This is not America, and the fact that it's in his contract is really even more absurd. But don't forget, he did this at Jackson State. This is a trait of Deion Sanders. He wants to have it his way, And I find him to be a bully and a hypocrite. And quite frankly, as someone who has been a fan of his throughout his entire career, even at Colorado, I am mortified by his actions.
Well, I think mortified is a strong
That
word
Deion
there,
has
Paul.
unique language in his contract.
So, I read the article of what happened with that, and Sam Keeler was asking him some very hard questions about the distractions at the football team and everything that was going on, and Deion refused to answer, and so then they put out that Sam Keeler can't ask questions. He can be present. I believe it's other reporters from the Denver Post can ask questions. But Keeler's not allowed. He's allowed to be there to report, but he can't ask any questions.
Okay, so a couple things. There's some reporters that are just plain assholes.
Well, let's look at Mike Gundy. Mike Gundy has been through this, and we're going to bring Coach Sealing back up. He's been through this how many times, and he still talks to those reporters.
And he gets in their ass a little bit.
He does.
But okay, so I think some reporters go in trying to be the all-star. They want to ask those
Well,
tough, bold questions.
Sean Keeler is the head, I believe, the head sports writer at the Denver Post.
Okay. So is he the guy that's coming in with the asshole questions? Is he coming in with legitimate questions? Is he trying to make a name for himself?
No, he's not making a name for himself.
Because I think
it's a bit of both.
Okay, so I think sometimes that those people tend to go overboard, and I would get a little pissy.
It's him. It's him. I would say that it's Keeler getting upset.
There needs to be some mutual respect.
I would say that it's Keeler getting upset because you're starting to turn into a fucking sideshow.
Well, yes. But
And
you make $5 million
why-
a year, and your reporters that you're working with make 50 to 75 or 100, or depending on how good they are.
I don't know what paper money is.
Well, no, but I mean that should be how they do that, though. I mean, they're trying to do a job. You make a lot of money. You're required to speak, and you just do it. That's part of your job. Period.
Right.
You are the head guy.
But
You
his
have
whole
to answer
thing-
tough
but-
questions.
Yeah, and he's trying to understand why it's turned into a sideshow, and Prime just wants to focus on how much money can we get.
He just focusing on the sideshow. That's the whole point. It's all about the sideshow.
Well, yeah.
They won 5 games last year.
5 or 4. I
Okay,
know
they
that
ain't winning many more this year.
They dropped a lot.
Okay, they're not winning many more this year. No,
I got it. I completely understand. You moved. You should have never moved out of the Big 12 in the beginning. You went for that Pac-12 money, and that Pac-12 money ends up running out.
I mean, they beat TCU, if you remember the beginning of the year. That was
Right,
and then they beat Nebraska, and then they beat Colorado State, and then that's 3 wins, and then they lost to USC, Colorado. That's 4 wins. Stanford beat them. UCLA beat them.
Which was crazy.
Oregon
Those
State
two teams
beat
were
them.
like two of the
Arizona
worst.
beat them. Washington State beat them. Utah beat them.
Did they win any games toward the end of the season?
No, they never won again.
Yeah, and he lost a lot of those players, and now you're looking at.
Well, they're all
Shadur,
leaving because they're like, "Whoa, we got some money."
Yeah, they got.
And then we're like,
That's the same thing that's happened at Texas A&M. Same thing happened in Miami. Same thing happened at Texas.
Well, he's talking
we're
about
getting
culture and
money.
all this stuff.
I know, but these guys are also doing that at these other schools, getting their money and then leaving.
And that's why I'm slap a label on this. Texas A&M in 3 years is a better program than
But
Texas.
yeah, Elko's going to have retention.
They're better than Texas.
But Elko is
I'm
going
just
to
telling
have.
you, they're going to be a better program than
Elko
Texas.
is going to bring in retention.
Yes.
Jimbo didn't have retention.
Oh no.
Jimbo had flat.
Neither does
Prime.
So
Yeah.
anyway, all right. The only thing I've got to talk about
Baseball. The
is-
Guardians
suck. But anyway,
dropped a couple. The White Sox second fastest team to 100 losses.
nice. That's cool. Did they hit it already?
Yeah, we hit 100.
Congratulations.
Yeah, this is
We're on
101.
our way to. Anyway.
Not to 100.
No. But the
You're trying to play yourself out of the playoffs. Is what you're
we're
doing.
definitely doing that. That's
The Guardians are really trying.
There was one I had to the Jansen guy. Let's get to that.
Jansen.
A baseball game. Danny Jansen today actually became the first player in Major League history to play in 2 games. Now, the start of Monday's game today against the Red Sox and the Blue Jays was a continuation of a game that had been canceled earlier. In the meantime, Danny Jansen had been traded from Toronto
To Boston.
and he actually got to get in the game and today and became the first player to ever play with 2 teams in 1 game. Congratulations, Danny. It's probably something that'll never happen again, but the official scorecard will state that he played for both teams because they started, paused, come back.
Well, you do realize that Will Ferrell is the only player to ever be traded by every team in the Cactus League.
I didn't know Will Ferrell played baseball.
He did. He was signed to a contract, and he was traded. I was living in L.A. Long Beach whenever this happened. He did it as a joke, but yeah, he was traded every team, and I think he got to be at every game that night or something. It was something weird, but yeah, he was traded. He played for every team in the Cactus League.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
All right, that's all I got. I had to end on the Danny Jansen. I thought that was just impressive because you're just not going to ever see that.
Well,
again.
it's
I mean, it's possible, but it's just crazy.
It's a weird screw up. It's like being traded in the middle of a doubleheader.
That's correct. We should have traded some Indians today in the doubleheader because they lost both times to the Royals. So
yeah,
we need to trade.
Yeah,
for
you guys dropped.
We need to trade for pitching.
And I told you coming into that, you guys were going to have a rough time.
Hey, I knew it all.
Because you were making up for that, but you're supposed to. You're supposed to be the
winners. We didn't sign any pitching. That's period. So anyway, all right. Thank you all for joining us. We'll see you Thursday.
We're
going to give you our.
We're actually going to do it Thursday.
We're going to give our picks for college. We're going to do 10 college picks against the spread. We're going to preview this week's opening games.
And we got to do the NFL.
And we're going to do the NFL. The NFL playoff and predictions.
Which you and I think on that we've only got one team separate.
We're pretty close. So all right. Thank you all for joining us. We'll see you Thursday. 3 days. Join us then. Bye.
Right, bye, everybody. Oh, no, I went to the wrong screen.